Identical. I'll tell you why, who that sounds like coming up in a little bit. Hope you're having a great day. Oh, I know. When you find out who I'm saying, you're going to be like, dude, that's mean. Then I'm going to go, but am I right? Am I right? Yes, I'm right. Hope you guys are having a great day. Got a lot to get to. Some crazy stuff that happened just overnight. Can't freaking wait to jump into this. Got a lot of stuff, like I said, but real quick, what you need to be doing right now is hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening or watching. And remember, today's show is brought to you by Bet Online. Bet Online is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. Bet Online has every stat, every matchup, even live odds and spreads to bet on during the games. And if you think you know your stuff, I know you do. You do know your stuff. You need to get in on Bet Online's $200,000 mega contest and pick 5 games against the spread every single week for your chance at weekly prizes and a share of that $200,000. Now, when the games are all over, you need to make your way on over to their online casino, get in on the game of blackjack or poker, or you can even unwind with one of their over 150 slot games. Go to betonline.ag right now to get in on the action. It's Bet Online. The game starts here. I was going to say something funny and entertaining and probably insightful right here, but I forgot to write it down. What the shit, man? So good. So good. Oh, I do want to say this. Who was it? Josh from the Bay Area. He responded to, is it Josh or John? I'm sorry. I don't have it pulled up right now, but he was saying, nobody else is, willing to talk about this, but you are. Hero, hashtag like brave or something like that, in regards to me talking about the dangers of glory holes. I need to make like a little commercial for that. I just got to figure out how to make, I want to make a glory hole, just like make it pretend to look like a glory hole. I don't want to make a real one. Or do I? It's the portable glory hole. Take it with you. On the road? Yep. All right. Just standing on the side of the road with your dong hanging through some sheet of, drywall. And it just says mobile glory hole donations accepted. That's that's what needs to be on the side of the road instead of people asking for money. Down on my luck, just lost my job or something. Just cut out a hole in your cardboard box. Get your dong sucked. Anyway, or have people insert. There you go. Boom. There we go. Listen, changing lives every single day. That's what I do here. Sorry, I didn't mean to go into the glory hole thing again, but again, here we are. Here we are. You know what we need to do? Let's clean our hands of this. Oh my God, we need to sanitize this shit. Let's jump into some headlines.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now, here are the headlines.
This is disgusting. I don't know how many times we've talked about this. Is a live toad was found in a salad bag at a grocery store just the other day. In the fact that it was alive, and there's a picture of it. It's a decent sized frog. It's like, how the hell does that happen? Now they have it in quarantine because they're trying to figure out what kind of toad it is, where it came from, because that's a problem. Whether you realize it or not, is those things can spread diseases, and you got to figure out where'd this come from, because what other contaminants could there be in their products that people are consuming? And let's be honest, we don't need another pandemic going around. I don't know how people would react to that. Let's be honest. That's not just a US thing. That's like people across the globe would be like, fuck this shit. Oh, it makes me grow a penis out the side of my head? Fine. Don't care. We're not closing down. Don't close it down. What? I can jack off my head? Sure. Great. Great. Fine with it. But this is pretty disturbing. And it's kind of fascinating, though. And I feel like I'm missing out. I don't know if it was a sealed bag or what, or maybe it was like, one of those things where you grab a bushel of lettuce or whatever, and then you put it in your own bag or whatever. I don't know exactly. They didn't give a lot of details on the bag, so I don't know if it was sealed or what. But they don't know how it got in there. I like to think though, you kind of get a bonus if you get a bag of, say, spinach or lettuce, and then you open it up and you're like, oh, there's a pet inside. This is fun. Or I brought this up on Twitter this morning. I've ate frog legs at Papa Do's. Papa Do's is like some good food. Good food. They have one down south in the tech center here in the Denver area. And the frog legs were good. But I have to say, it's mostly the seasoning that's good. I'm not going to rush out and go eat some frog legs. They weren't very meaty. And you subtract the seasoning, and it was just like it was okay. It was okay. But that being said, is toad good? I don't know. Do you even eat toad? Is that not acceptable? I know there's people out there that lick toads. You talking about you? Listen, between us two, you and me, which one is most likely to go lick a toad? Uh, don't you dare point at me. Don't you dare point at me. I'm pointing at you. You're going to be the toad licker. And if your name's Todd, Todd the Toad Licker, oh, the nickname just writes itself. There we go. I tweeted out this story, and Rich responded with, I worked at a grocery store. My friend in the produce department found a tree frog in lettuce from California. I took him home and made him a terrarium. Good times. Then I had to one up Rich, and I said, I worked at Safeway, and a guy that worked there found a cockroach. We bet him $20 to eat it, and he did. He did. What's funny is I remember this. The more I'm thinking about that scenario where this dude, it was an overnight crew guy that ate the cockroach, and their shift was ending. I worked the mornings, and I remember there was kind of a group of us gathered around. It might have been more than $20. I don't really recall, but he had a crush on one of the other ladies. I want to say her name was Julie or something like that. And he kept looking at her like, should I do it? Should I do it? Like she had no interest in the dude. But like, I think in some weird twisted way, he thought that that was gonna win her over. It was really bizarre. Just I remember looking at the way he was looking at her, and he was just like, "Oh, okay, she said so. I'll do it." Then he ate it. We're like, "Oh, gross!" And it was alive. And what's disgusting too is just like, do you think that's gonna turn her on? Like she's like, "Oh God, a man that can eat cockroaches alive? Oh my loins! Oh, they on fire!" No, no, dude. Ladies, come on. I got a lot of lady listeners out there. Do you think? Do you think that that's just gonna set you over the edge and be like, oh my God, I want him to make babies with me? No, that's not gonna happen. You ate a live bug. That's disgusting. And of all things, it's a freaking cockroach. Ugh, disgusting. Anyway, be careful when you get produce. Apparently, you can get frogs, toads, because we were talking about frogs like earlier this year or late last year. There's been snakes found in them. There was some, I forgot to put it on here. There was some like clothing store where the lady bought some clothes and there's worms in like the pocket or something like that. It's so bizarre. But now that being said, especially with produce, that shit comes from all around the globe. So the fact that that happens isn't really surprising. It is kind of gross. A good reminder to wash your produce, even though it says it's pre-washed. You know, like lettuce, ready to eat, pre-washed, something like that. Yeah, I don't trust that anymore. Not after seeing this toad, Todd the Toad. No, grody. What if you accidentally ate it? What if you're just like blindly eating? You're like exhausted, whether it's from, you got a newborn child or something like that, or you're just life is wearing you down and you're just in a daze and you just throw some lettuce in a bowl and you slap some ranch dressing. Oh, I love some good ranch dressing. Uh, and then you just like are blindly eating and be like, why is the lettuce squirming and screaming? Oh, it's a frog. Fuck. Gross. Disgusting. A woman was arrested after breaking into a home and making pasta dinner. I I know that's wrong. I know that's wrong. What if she made some, like, killer fucking pasta? I love I love Italian food. I do. One of the things that I wanna get my kids into is lasagna, and my daughter's kinda picky, and she doesn't wanna eat it, but my mother-in-law, CJ, used to make the best lasagna, and she would make different types, and I just love it. If you can make a good lasagna, I wanna be over at your house, and, like, if this lady I know it's so creepy, like, who fucking breaks into somebody's house in general? But then, like, you're like, something's really jacked up in their head if they're like, "I'm gonna make some pasta." Don't steal nothing. You're just like, "Oh, honey, where is your rolling pin?" Like, if she, like, makes the pasta fresh and shit, could you imagine just waking up? You're like, "What's going on in the freaking kitchen?" "Oh, it's just that creepy lady from down the street. She's, apparently broke into our house and is making pasta. What the hell?" I love Oh my goodness. Just add that to the list of things that I love to eat, but it's just like last night, we bought some ravioli. You know the stuff you just it's pre-made and you dump it into some boiling water. We added some pesto sauce to it. It was really good, really good. Not as good as if it's fresh, but still pretty freaking good. But when you go to like an Italian, like a legit Italian place, oh, that's good. And then I'm like sitting there going, like, this lady breaks into the house, makes killer lasagna or killer whatever pasta, and then like you're sitting there like, officer, no, try this. This shit's good. Fucking. Could you imagine? Like, what would you name her restaurant? Crazy as fuck or batshit crazies? Let's go to batshit crazies. Oh my god, she makes the best pasta. She has the greatest origin story for a restaurant. See, she's batshit crazy, broke into somebody's house, started making a pasta dinner. Guess what? Chef's kiss. It was amazing. Let's go to batshit crazies. Batshit crazy Carol. Batshit crazy Carol makes the best lasagna. Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's gonna make you melt. It's delicious. That being said, pay with cash because you don't want anything with your name on it because that bitch will show up at your house, start making pasta dinner. While it's good, it's delicious, it's creepy as fuck. I'll take the "I'm watching you while you sleep" party entree for all of us here at the table. That's family style, right? It sure is. Oh, thanks, Carol. Thank you. I think I've mentioned this before, but it just popped up, and I just had to bring it up because there's a good reason. Half of Americans will ditch friends and family to hang out with their pet, according to a study. I think that's true. I agree with that because sometimes you just want to hang out with nobody other than an animal that just is just chilling with you. My dog, every single day that I come down to my studio to record, guess what he does? Soon as I open the door to go downstairs, he just runs and he goes, it wags his tail and just heads down into the basement with me. He's sleeping right over there. Hi, Jet. Good boy. He's probably licking his butthole right now. He's like, "Dad, don't bother me." Shit, man. Christ. I was getting tongue deep in that shit. Man, Dad, the only reason I come down here is for privacy. He's giving himself a good tongue lashing. Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Do you agree with that? Hanging out with your pets? Sometimes that's just what you need, I think. You need a break. And it gives you that mental clarity, especially like like my cat. My cat Gary, he is such a snuggle freaking cat. And like if you're sick, he just like he knows it and he just wants to just chill. He knows you're not moving and he will just come straight up on your side and just pass out. I don't know, it just makes you feel good. And then sometimes there's just when you're hanging out with your friends and family, that's just drama filled. And I think more people would have a better mental status if they took days like that. I believe it's one of those things where if you nap at least once a week, it's good for your mental stability. And having a day once a week, you should for mental clarity have a day where you essentially have no responsibility and you just, you know, just chill. Having one chill day a week is good for your mental status. I don't know. Hey, basically people are toxic. Be around animals. They're going to make you feel better. I can't disagree with that. I can't. One thing I can agree with is this business here, the Huff Uncensored podcast, is just blooming. It's awesome. It's great to see what I started 3.5 years ago, and to see how it's just blooming into this beautiful rose of awesomeness. And it's all because of you guys. And one thing that we get to do on this program is reach out to small businesses and help prop them up by you guys listening and by them partaking in becoming an advertiser on this show. That's how we can get the message out of their great product. And right now, what I'm doing is I'm doing a sponsorship special. I'm cutting my rates in half from now until October 31st, 2024. If you and your business commit to a 2-month trial, you could be a proud sponsor of the #1 comedy podcast in Colorado at only half the cost, which is really neat. So shoot me an email to huffpodcast@gmail.com and I'll give you more details. Your company's message is going to be projected to the world via all podcast audio platforms, plus video on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. With over 20 years in Denver media, I think it's like 21 years in Denver media, you know I'm not just dicking around. You're like, hey, I have an idea. I'm going to do a podcast. Like the guy from John and Kate Plus 8. The guy that broke free, John, he's thinking about doing a podcast. But guess what? He's only going to do it for like a few episodes. I'm in it from the long haul. This is like episode 630. That's nutty. That's nutty. I'm in it to win it, and that's what we're doing. And to help me win it is going to be you and your small business. Advertising budgets get very thin and slim at the end of the year, but you still want to get your message out, right? That's where I come in. That's where this podcast comes in. And that's why I'm cutting you and your company a break. Half off sponsorship rates if you commit to a 2-month trial by October 31st, 2024. Shoot me an email, dehuffpodcast@gmail.com. And you know what? Let's get things rolling. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. You know what I did yesterday? Oh, be ready. Saddle up, partner. This shit's getting real.
Entertainment news with Cowboy to Huff.
Do these pants look all right? Sometimes I put them on and I'm thinking I look all balls.
Yeehaw, fuckers. You're welcome. You're welcome. See, Sean, a listener who I used to work with back in the day. I want to say Sean's in Oklahoma and he listens and he's just like, dude, if you ever need help with production or anything, let me know. And I had just finished that, and I'm like, otherwise I would have had him do that one because it's just me going, let's listen to it again.
Entertainment news with Cowboy to Huff.
Do these pants look all right? Sometimes I put them on and I'm thinking I look all balls.
Yeehaw, fuckers. Sean, I will take you up on that offer. One of these days I'll have something for you. Anyway, the reason why I wanted to get in this with Cowboy to Huff. Cowboy, how you doing? Scotty, I'm good. Good job on that production element. You and your fancy little computer stuff. Well, thanks, buddy. Anything big going on in the entertainment world? Yes, genius. That's why we played the Open. My God, you're all looks and no brains. Thanks. Thank you, Cowboy, I guess. Well, a Denver legend was on the big stage last night, a sports legend at that. A guy that has touched your shoulders. I know who you're talking about, Cowboy. I know you do. Let's listen.
Spent $48 last night at the county fair.
Love it.
I threw out my shoulder, but I won her that teddy bear.
Yeah.
She got me saying sugar pie, honey, darling, and dear. I ain't seen the Braves play a game all year.
Real talk, Hall of Fame quarterback, someone who's a legend. That guitar pick was number one draft pick. I don't think I think Brady was actually not even in the first round.
Sixth
of
round.
being
he's the
drafted.
GOAT.
I think it was sixth round.
Sixth round,
He's
yeah.
now the GOAT. But
Semantics.
someone who played maybe either with DeMarcus Ware or someone from the Broncos. You're talking about GOAT. You could be talking about someone like John Elway.
That's not bad, you know.
That's a good
That's
guess.
not bad, you know. Yes, indeed, it was John Elway on The Masked Singer. I joked about it at the beginning. Listen, kudos to him for doing that. Clearly, he's not a singer, okay? He's not. Terrible. Terrible. Would I say I'm better? Probably. Probably. But not much better. I mean, come on, real quick.
Spent $48 last night at the county fair. I threw
Sorry, that's just not good. He does sound like a goat. Which would you rather listen to? A goat screaming or John Elway?
out my shoulder, but I won her that teddy bear.
Good for him for having the nuts to go up there and do that. I couldn't do that. Sorry. I'd have to be really, really hammered to get up on stage. And some might say that Elway probably was based on his history, but that's just all hearsay. Okay. I don't want to go down that road. John Elway's a legend, and he's been nothing but kind to me and the people I work with. And trust me, I deal with a lot of people who are fake, where they're in front of a camera, in front of a microphone, they're one way, then off the record, they're complete assholes. Elway has always been nice. Always been nice. I have nothing bad to say about him, but he's not a good singer, okay? But good for him. Good for him. His grandkids are going to be proud of him. I'm sure they are. And he had a good time. Good time. He wasn't in it to win it. He was up there to just say he did. And why not? Why freaking not? That's right, Scotty. You kind of dominated this thing, you son of a bitch. I'm sorry. I like to talk. Yeah, no shit you do. My goodness gracious. If you were going to say one thing about John freaking Elway, he is all balls when he got up there and started singing on The Masked Singer, because he ain't good. But you know what? He had a good time. He brought the fun, and that's pretty dang cool. One guy, though, is on my wish list to sing on The Masked Singer, and he hasn't got the invite yet, but he has a voice of an angel. And I found this old commercial of his, and I think he needs to be next as far as Denver sports icons.
You're right. That's a fifth floor problem.
Not in my house. No. Not today.
That's Dikembe freaking Mutombo. Not the best audio clip as I realized it as I played it. But hey, that'd be great. He sounds like fucking Cookie Monster. Nobody'd get that shit. He'd be like, what's a good song, Cowboy, that you could sing? Fuck, I don't know. My brain just froze up. I can't sing in front of people. I got stage fright. My little bitty balls are going up inside me. What the hell's happening, DeHuff? What did you do to me? Oh my God. A cowboy. Go take a shot of whiskey and we'll talk later. Oh my God, what did you do? That ain't all balls, DeHuff. That ain't all balls. Anyway, there you go. That's the entertainment news with Cowboy DeHuff. Thank you so much, Cowboy. Hey, big news if you're in the Denver area and you like the Colorado Avalanche and the Denver Nuggets, which later today, the Denver Nuggets are having their media day. So I'll be cutting up a bunch of video for that. But they got something rolling that should have been rolling a long time ago. 9 News, KTVD Channel 20 is their sister station. So the sister station is going to be carrying 20 Nuggets games and 20 Avalanche games this season. Plus, they're going to be streaming the games on their app, which if you have DirecTV, you don't have to pay anything extra for that. But if you want to watch it just on the app, but you don't have DirecTV, I believe you have to pay like $20, something like that. It might be $20 a month, so don't quote me on that. Listen, as far as the games being on regular TV, it's about freaking time, and it's a good start. What I would like to see is those 20 games per team just go up to all their games, right? That's the way it needs to be. They do that with the Denver Broncos. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing that Channel 20 is going to realize is how many people are actually watching these games. Yes, there's a good chunk of those followers out there. There's a lot of diehard Nuggets. There's a lot of diehard Avalanche fans out there. But they're able to see how many people are actually watching. So it'll be interesting to see how many people are going to actually tune in. And that will kind of determine going forward how worth it is it for them to continue down this path, and eventually is that going to expand to all the games? I don't know. Can they sell it? At the end of the day is, can they make money off of it? And hopefully they can. It'll be good to see guys like Scott Hastings, Chris Marlowe, Mark Mosier, all these guys going on TV. I haven't been able to see them because I have Comcast, and there's that whole big issue with Kroenke and Comcast, and Kroenke thinking that they're a bigger deal than they are, and Comcast going, "Oh my God, you're like a little speck of dot, and you're hardly generating any amount of income. So why the fuck do we want to bend to you?" type of situation. It's a big cloudy mess, and I blame Kroenke more than I blame Comcast. When you stop and actually look at what's going on between this pissing match that's mostly being held by Kroenke, who's trying to piss on the shoes of Comcast, saying, "Hey, you guys we shouldn't have to pay X amount of money. It should be a lot better of a deal for us than it is for you." And then Comcast is like, "Who the fuck are you guys?" Hardly like that. When this whole little drama started, Comcast even came out and said, like, hardly anybody is watching these games. Now, a couple championships later, though, it's a different ball game. So this could end up benefiting individuals like, let's say, 9 News, who hopefully will generate some revenue off of this and come out the heroes, because that's really kind of what it looks like right now. Is 9 News is the hero in this situation. They're bringing the product to the people. So I think that's good. I think this is great. It's a great start. I want to see how this finishes by the end of this season, especially if both the Avalanche and Nuggets are competitive, which we expect them to be. And if they're great, if they get to make a good run into the playoffs, that should be good news for fans, because maybe by the next season that it goes to every game is available, unless it's on, say, ESPN, or TNT, something like that. Or even if it's that, maybe they simulcast onto Channel 20. I don't know. Either way, I think this is good news for the fan bases. And again, 9 News comes out the hero. Kroenke, good job working with them, trying to figure something out. But I still don't think Kroenke is the victim in that whole Comcast situation. And nobody has proven me wrong on that. Even when I'm talking to individuals over at altitude, nobody has said, boy, you are wrong. And let me tell you why. No. Hey, you know what we need to do right now? We need to jump into the mailbag.
Mailbag. You've got mail.
This comes in from Jesse. He said, DeHuff, cue up the Aaron soundbite.
You done messed up, Aaron.
Yeah. He finishes up with, the Broncos are going to thump. He had a lot of extra U's in there. Aaron Rodgers and the Jersey Jets. You agree, DeHuff? Love the show. You know what? I think that as of right now, I was just looking at it. The Jets are currently favored to win. But I don't know. It might have been Andrew Mason that said this. I could be wrong. But the Jets might be overlooking the Denver Broncos because after this game, the Jets are traveling to London for a game out there. This game might be overlooked by the Jets, and that could be an advantage for the Denver Broncos. We saw Bo Nix and everybody start to gel last week. This could be the game where everything really starts flowing. And with the Broncos defense playing as great as they are, they could be banging the head of Aaron Rodgers, and he's going to be wishing he's back in his opium tent or wherever he was at, clearing his head. He's like, this is a dream, man. Oh, my God. They're coming from everywhere. Orange bugs, dude. They're orange bugs, and they're driving me nuts. I'm Aaron Rodgers. I don't know why I did that. I apologize. But the thing is it's a good possibility that the Broncos go in there and just blindside the Jets. And I think that would be great. Nobody's giving the Broncos a chance, but I think it's lining up on paper where it actually could go the Broncos' way. Bo Nix shut up a lot of haters last week. Can he do it again? He still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. He was close, but he hasn't. So I think that monkey gets off Bo Nix's back this week. I think the run game, they just promoted Taylor Bidet to starting running back, or he's at least on the, up to the 53-man roster. He had a great game. I want to say in the 11 games he's played with the Broncos, he hasn't broke 100. Wait, is it 11 games? Anyway, he's averaging like 7-8 yards per carry, something wild like that. Maybe it's only 8 carries or 11 carries he has or something like that. He's averaging like, roughly 7-8 yards per carry. He's doing really well. We'll see if they give him more of a workload, what does that translate to? The offensive line needs to do their thing, continue to do their thing, open those holes for the running backs, whoever's back there. Also, protect Bo Nix. Give him time. Let that mind relax. Let him get in the groove. Earn your fucking paychecks, offensive line, is what I'm saying. Receivers, catch the fucking ball. And going back to the defense, get inside Aaron Rodgers' head. Rattle him around. Rattle that fucking cage. Make him, have a flashback to, tripping on acid or whatever the fuck that dude does. He's going to be like, oh, man, I'm vibrating. Sorry.
What the fuck?
Anyway, I think the Broncos could win this one. But that being said, it's the NFL. Any given Sunday, somebody could win. But I believe in the Broncos. I believe what they got going on. Sean Payton, was lighting a fire under their asses last week by opting to receive instead of give the I can't even think of who they played last week, but and believing in them and letting them take the field first. And they went out there and did their thing, and they played well. So I think the Broncos can go on the road and beat the Jets. We'll see if it happens, though. It's not like they're just going to roll over and be like, oh, it's a good story. We'll just let you win. The Jets are going to fight their asses off. And let's be honest, as much as you want to hate him, Aaron Rodgers has a lot of experience in the NFL, and he knows how to handle himself. Make fun of him all we want, but he's not going to go down easy. But that being said, you gotta hope in a way that their mind's not fully in it. You gotta hope that the Jets' mindset is already on to London and not on the Denver game. So we'll see. We'll see. Hey, real quick, I just want to bring this up. I got a lot of listeners in the East Coast, in the southeast part of the United States. You got that Hurricane Helene that is making landfall, causing some problems. Be prepared if you're out there. Don't be those heroes that stay at their house and be like, I've lived here forever. I ain't going to fucking leave. Fuck, man. Fuck you. I mean, my gator friend, or we ain't leaving. No. Be prepared. Get your suitcases ready to go. And if you need to go, fucking go. That's the nice, in a weird, twisted way, that's the nice thing about hurricanes versus out here we have tornadoes where they can just all of a sudden pop up and your house is destroyed. At least with the hurricane, you got some advance notice. Use that to your advantage. Pack up all the important stuff. Be ready to go. If you can go early, go. And then make your way back when everything's cleared. But I know it's a different mindset out there. And I've never been involved in a hurricane, but I've been involved with plenty of tornadoes around my area and see the devastation and see that if there was more people that knew that they had time to evacuate, they would. And listen, you got to take care of yourself and take care of your family and do what you got to do. Don't be, holding on to the miscellaneous things of, your house and whatnot. So just fucking leave if you need to and be the hero that way by protecting people. Anyway, sorry. It was a little serious at the end, but, at least I'm not like doing this.
Spent $48 last night at the county fair.
That's going to be stuck in your head. Who sang it better? John Elway or Tim McGraw? Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know.
Right, as always.
I was joking, Ken. Don't be a butthole. Don't be a butthole. Thank you guys so much for joining the show. If you want to be like Jesse and enjoying the show, you can always send me a direct message or just whatever, post on my timeline on social media at DeHuff Podcast, or you can send me an email, dehuffpodcast@gmail.com. And, I look forward to interacting with you. Also, don't forget, you can advertise on this show, the #1 comedy podcast in the state of Colorado, DeHuff Uncensored. Just send me a message. I'm giving you guys half off the rates, dehuffpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much for listening. You guys are amazing. You're the reason why this show's #1 and why we have fun. We do. That and John Elway. I'm not going to play it again. Fuck, man. Sorry.
What the fuck?
I know you want to hear it, but I'm not. Okay? I don't need that earworm in your head anymore. And then you're coming back and you're like, Dad ruined my life. He put that John Elway song in my head. And I'll be like,
I didn't do fucking shit.
that's on you, motherfucker. I don't know where I'm going. I just wanted to play that soundbite. Anyway. Thanks for listening. Big thanks to Bet Online. Go check them out at betonline.ag. It's DeHuff Uncensored. Let's continue to move forward. Have an amazing day. I'll talk to you next time.